DC News Now.
Today's a DMV first warm day as some heavy rain moves on in. The timing of the rain and how much rain could fall.
And how slick conditions could impact your travel plans ahead of the holidays. We're live at the airport. Plus, we're stretching your dollar when picking out your stocking stuffers. And later, finding homes for animals.
Animals are just a foundational force in many people's lives.
Meet this week's DMV Doer.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Shanika Grimshaw in for Mark Hall. It's a DMV first warm day and one of the busiest travel days for the holiday season. We have team coverage. We have DC News Now's Randy Bash. She's live at Reagan National Airport. But first, before we get to Randy, let's head over to meteorologist Scott Sumner, who's in for Damon Matson this afternoon. Scott, it's a real dreary day out there.
Shanika, you can say that again. Absolutely. Driving in, it was some mist and drizzle here, getting in from the from outside the district into the district, and you can see it here live visually. The live cam showing again just that mist and that. If it was middle of summer, you'd think there's a little bit of a haze here, but that's not the case. It's just some drizzle and some light rain shower activity. As we have a current temperature of 46 degrees across the area, so not only is it here in the district in Roslyn pretty rainy, but it's also a cold rain on top of that. And we look to our neighbors in the north up towards Washington County here. The dual highway, again, you see some light rain coming down across that. People taking it slow as you should during this time of year and also during this type of weather. Now, wind speeds aren't terrible at the moment, but they'll be picking up as a storm system off to the west starts to move into our area. So right now we're seeing most areas under 10 miles wind speed, but right along the Chesapeake Bay, that's where you're seeing some wind speeds above that mark, like at Lexington Park at 17 miles an hour, and Annapolis at 10 miles an hour. Like I said, right now wind speeds are in check, but we'll start to see those winds increase as the front gets closer towards us. We also have low visibility in spots too, especially out towards Garrett County, where they're down to a quarter mile or less in spots. That's what that bright white shade of color is. So not only you have to deal with the mist, you have to deal with the fog too. Woodstock, a mile visibility. Culpeper, 2 miles visibility. Even around the district, 4 miles visibility. Now here's a satellite radar view, and you can see why. Now this purple, that was some freezing rain that fell earlier this morning. That's pretty much done with at this point in time. Maybe holding on to a few spots in northwestern Maryland, but for the most part that's moved on. As a matter of fact, the winter weather advisory that was issued earlier will be dropped here in another 50 minutes or so. But again, a lot of heavy rain still to work its way in, with the heaviest rain coming in later this evening. Rainfall totals to this point the past 24 hours have been around a quarter of an inch or a third of an inch or less across the board, and we do have a little bit of an excessive rainfall outlook, marginal at best, but still it's out there, and that's for the heavier rain to come in later. We'll talk about the timing of that, plus a look at your 7-day forecast, which does include Thanksgiving.
All right, Scott, thank you so much. All right, well, holiday travel is well underway across the DMV. Travelers are on the roads, rails, and even in the skies this week. DC News Now's Randy Bass is live at Reagan National Airport in Arlington right now. And Randy, you know what? It's got to be a real rough, rainy day to travel.
Yeah, Shanika, it sure is. Getting your family to the airport for Thanksgiving holiday travel is no easy feat as it is, and you add rain into that equation and it makes things just all that much harder. Things here at Reagan National Airport have just started to pick up here in the last couple of minutes. These lines have doubled, even tripled in size in just the last 20 minutes that we've been here. Road traffic also expected to pick up through the afternoon, so be sure to give yourself extra time as you head out to the airport today. Make sure you're checking in with your airline and checking on your tickets in the app. DCA today already seeing about 48 cancellations and delays today. BWI and Dulles also seeing their fair share too. TSA says today, tomorrow, and this Sunday are the busiest days to travel, with millions of Americans expected to make their way to the airport for Thanksgiving, and that of course means longer lines like we're already seeing right now. TSA urging you to pack smart, have your boarding pass and ID ready, and keep your belongings together for a smoother experience at your security checkpoint this holiday week. Again, travel on the roads, the rails, and the skies all expected to pick up throughout the afternoon and into the evening today. Be Be sure to stick with DC News Now as we bring you live team coverage all day long. Live at Reagan National Airport, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you for having us covered. And switching to Maryland, taking a live look over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. The Department of Transportation Authority officials say weather conditions will stop two-way traffic. And a quick check of those gas prices in the DMV right now. The national average sits at about $3.29. Gas here in the district is a little more at $3.48. And Maryland and Virginia, West Virginia are all below the national average. Virginia is the cheapest with an average of $3.12 a gallon. And don't forget to find the cheapest gas near you. We have an interactive map on our website. Just scan the QR code right there on your screen or go to our traffic page on dcnewsnow.com. And new this afternoon, Prince George's County Police have identified 2 children who died while walking to school yesterday. We're also learning a third person was hit as well. DC News Now's Leonard N. Fleming has been covering this story for us, and he joins us live in the newsroom. Hey, Leonard.
Shanika, there are still so many unanswered questions about this fatal collision that happened Monday morning, but police say the children killed are 10-year-old Shalom Mabah and 5-year-old Sky Sosa. They were walking in the crosswalk when the unidentified driver hit them. Turn when she hit the children and the man. The 2 children died at the hospital a short time later. Police Chief Malik Aziz spoke this morning on the tragedy and about the lack of crossing guards. Take a listen.
That is one of the locations that we have been seeking to fill and have a proper replacement for the person who retired after many years of service, and making sure that our children could cross the street.
Police say anyone with any information about this fatal collision should contact Crime Solvers at www.pgcrimesolvers.com or 1-866-411-TIPS. Reporting in the newsroom, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you so much. Well, cleanup efforts are underway at this church fire in Chevy Chase, Maryland. You can see the flames and smoke billowing from the roof of the Mormon church. And at one point, a partial ceiling collapsed, trapping some firefighters, but they all made it out safely. Now, DC News Now's Michaela Newton is in Chevy Chase and heard from some of those who are still in shock.
Monday afternoon, fire crews worked to put out the fire at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. No one was hurt in the fire, but 2 district firefighters had to be rescued when part of the roof collapsed. In the meantime, church members are looking for a place to worship this Sunday.
We are concerned that the steeple may fall down. We're not sure that it will, but we have an engineer en route to evaluate the entirety of the structure just in case.
We're going to miss attending church in our chapel, but I know that that our ward leadership will reach out to us and give us direction of where we should go and where we should plan to meet in the coming months while this is hopefully being restored.
So far, a cause of the fire is unknown.
Reporting for DC News Now, I'm
All right. Thank you, Michaela. Your time now is 12:08. People in the DMV are seeing some changes in their commute. Starting off here in D.C., 29 new speed cameras are coming to the district this month. DDOT says these cameras are in high injury locations where speeding is a constant issue. Once these cameras go live, there will be a 30-day grace period. People caught by the cameras will only receive a warning citation. But then after that warning period, fines on these cameras will range from $100 to $500 based on speed. And in the district, a former teacher has been arrested for sexually abusing a student. DC police say it happened between January and May of 2014 when the suspect, 56-year-old Mark Anthony Williams, engaged in sexual acts with the student who was a minor. During the investigation, the suspect moved out of the country, but DC police was notified that the suspect returned on November 16th. He was arrested 3 days after at Baltimore-Washington International Airport as he was trying to leave the country. Williams is charged with first-degree sexual abuse of a student. And staying in D.C., there's another popular business closing up shop, this time in Chinatown. Bar Deco first opened back in 2015, but this weekend the owners abruptly closed. It's the latest in the string of bars and restaurants in the district calling it quits. Our Marielle Carbone has more.
For those who live, work, and play in Chinatown, the neighborhood has some distinct characteristics.
I love the sense of community. I just love that it's that vibrant, hyper-local space.
But Sophia Greathouse admits the times are changing.
Yeah, I think a move over to remote work makes it difficult for people to come back out here after the workday is finished.
Less people means less foot traffic and less customers. So businesses are closing. The latest, Bar Deco, a staple bar for nearly a decade.
It is a pretty big loss.
We are really sad to see this particular business go.
Jaron Price is the president and CEO of the Downtown Business Improvement District. He says businesses in Chinatown and across the city face a difficult set of challenges post-pandemic, from inflation to rising labor costs and crime.
Safety is on the top of a lot of people's minds, and that's a challenge.
In fact, a year-long study by the BID found visible drug sales, aggressive panhandling, and perceived increases in people experiencing homelessness are critical issues in the Chinatown corridor.
I think folks are thinking about public safety and what that means to feel safe.
The BID is trying to address those concerns while also bringing more vibrancy to the area, increasing green spaces, adding more outdoor dining, and flipping vacant commercial spaces into residential spaces.
It feels like change is on the horizon.
Like to see more things that are not necessarily food and beverage focused. I don't think we have a lot of cultural attractions here necessarily.
In Chinatown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.